She cancels on me about an hour before we're supposed to meet. And it's almost always after she steps away to text the same person. I know how that sounds. I hear it too. We'll have plans. Not big ones. Dinner. A movie. Just coming over to my place to watch something and decompress after work. She'll text all day like everything's normal. Can't wait to see you. I'm exhausted, but I need this tonight. Stuff like that. Then around the time she's supposed to start getting ready, her replies get shorter. I'll see typing, and then nothing. Then she disappears for 10 minutes. When she comes back, it's, hey, something came up. That exact phrase. Something came up. And it's always within an hour of us meeting. Not 5 hours before. Not the morning of. It's like it activates at the last minute. One time I was already sitting in the restaurant parking lot. She told me she was on her way. I watched her location stop moving for a while. Then she texted, I'm so sorry. I can't make it. Family thing. I asked what happened. She said, I'll explain later. She never did. The pattern isn't subtle. It's just consistent. She'll be mid-conversation with me. Then her screen lights up. She turns the phone slightly away, not dramatically, just enough that I can't see the name. She'll say, hold on, and step into the other room. Not far, just far enough. Then she comes back quieter, less animated. And within the hour, the plan dissolves. If I ask who she was texting, she doesn't answer directly. She'll say why, like I've accused her of something. Or, you're reading too much into it. Or the one that shuts me down the fastest. You don't trust me? And I immediately feel like I've done something wrong. I've started noticing the order of things. The notification, the step away, the shift in her tone, the cancellation, the vague explanation, the defensiveness. But I still let her tell me it's coincidence. I tell myself I'm being insecure, that I'm turning normal texting into some kind of conspiracy. Everyone texts all the time now. We both do. Constant messaging is just life. So why does this one thread feel different? I haven't even seen the name clearly. I just know it's the same person because the preview looks the same. Same length. Same timing. Same effect. 3 years is long enough that I should either be sure or gone. Instead, I'm here. Stuck in this weird in-between where I keep choosing her explanations over what I keep watching happen. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party. Nothing dramatic. We both showed up late. The only two people not really knowing anyone well. We ended up on the balcony talking about work and how awkward group events are. She laughed at the same small stuff I did. It felt easy. Not electric. Easy. After that we just kept seeing each other. Coffee. Walks. Hanging out after work. She was consistent in the beginning. If she said 7 p.m., she was there at 6:55. If she said she'd call, she called. I didn't have to wonder. That's what made it feel safe. I've never needed big gestures. I just need predictability. And she was predictable. I could relax around her. I didn't feel like I had to perform or compete. The first time she canceled like this was about a year in. We had plans to go to a friend's engagement party. She texted me an hour before, saying she had a headache. I remember she'd stepped away from me earlier that day to take a call. When she came back, she said it was nothing important. I didn't connect it then. People get headaches. But then it happened again. Different excuse. Work thing. Family thing. I forgot I promised someone I'd help them. Always after the phone lit up. The first few times I asked normal questions. Is everything okay? Do you want me to come over instead? Who needed help? And each time the energy shifted. She'd go from apologetic to irritated. You're making this a bigger deal than it is. I said I'm sorry. Why are you interrogating me? So I adjusted. Now when she cancels, I say, okay, no worries. Even when there are worries. I tell her to take care of whatever it is. I act unbothered. And sometimes she rewards that. She'll be sweet the next day. Extra affectionate. Send longer messages. Call me on her lunch break. It's like silence earns me stability. But if I push, even gently, the air changes. She pulls back. Replies slower. Ends calls earlier. So I've learned the equation. Ask less. Get more. I hate that I know that. Friends have asked me why she flakes sometimes. I defend her automatically. Her schedule's crazy. Family stuff. She just gets overwhelmed. I say it so smoothly, it almost feels true. I don't tell them about the pattern. I don't tell them that it's always after that one thread lights up her screen. Because saying it out loud would make it real. And if it's real, then I'm not crazy. And if I'm not crazy, then I'm choosing to stay anyway. And that part feels worse. It's not like I've caught her in a lie I can prove. I don't have screenshots. I don't have a name. I just have repetition. And repetition is hard to argue with, but easy to deny. There was one night recently that felt different. We had tickets to something she'd been excited about for weeks. She reminded me twice that day not to forget. I left work early, got ready. She texted me a selfie saying, "Almost ready." Then about 45 minutes before we were supposed to meet, she stopped responding. I watched the read receipt sit there. Then the typing bubble popped up, disappeared, came back, disappeared again. Finally, "I can't go. I'm sorry. Something came up." No explanation this time. Just that. I didn't reply right away. I just sat on my bed staring at the message. And for the first time, I didn't feel confused. I felt tired. Not angry. Not shocked. Just tired. I typed, "Is it him?" I stared at it for a full minute. Then I deleted it. Instead, I wrote, "Okay." She responded with a heart emoji. That hurt more than if she'd argued. I stay because I don't want to be the jealous guy. I've always told myself I'm not insecure. I don't check phones. I don't demand passwords. I don't track locations. I don't want to be that person. So I overcorrect. I pretend not to notice things that are clearly noticeable. 3 years is also a long time to walk away over something you can't prove. We've built routines. We have inside jokes. We've met each other's families. My mom asks about her. Her friends know my name. Leaving would mean explaining why. And what would I say? She texts someone before canceling on me? It sounds small when you say it like that. But it doesn't feel small when you're sitting alone in a restaurant parking lot. It doesn't feel small when you're dressed and ready and watching the clock tick past the time you were supposed to meet. It doesn't feel small when you start checking your phone for the notification before she even sends it because you know it's coming. Leaving also means admitting I let this pattern repeat for longer than I should have. That I kept accepting something came up as a complete sentence. And I don't know what's worse, being replaced quietly or being the guy who stayed while it happened. The turning point wasn't dramatic. There wasn't a fight. There wasn't a confession. It was just accumulation. Cancellation. Apology. Defensiveness. Normal day. Cancellation. Apology. Defensiveness. Over and over until it stopped feeling like coincidence and started feeling like choreography. Now when we make plans, I don't fully believe them. I don't tell coworkers I have something after work anymore. I don't rush. I wait for the last-minute window to pass before I consider it real. That's new. I've adjusted my expectations instead of addressing the behavior. And she hasn't changed anything. Why would she? I've made it clear I'll absorb it. We're still together. We still text every day. She still says she loves me. She still sends good morning messages. And I still trust her words over what keeps happening. That's the part one can't fully explain. If she looked me in the eye and told me there's nothing going on, I'd believe her. Even though I've watched this same sequence play out more times than I can count. Maybe because believing her is easier than imagining who else gets priority an hour before I do. I haven't confronted her directly. Not really. I've hinted. I've asked sideways questions. I've joked about her mystery texter. She didn't laugh. She said, "You're being weird." So I stopped. Right now, we have plans this weekend. She confirmed yesterday. Sent me a screenshot of the reservation. She seemed excited. And tonight, her replies slowed down around the same time they always do. Her screen lit up when we were on FaceTime. She angled it away. Said, "1 second." I watched her leave the frame. She hasn't canceled yet. I'm sitting here waiting to see if the pattern completes itself again. And I don't know which would be worse. If she cancels like always, or if she actually shows up and I still can't stop wondering who I'm competing with.